and welcome everybody to Elbe Valley, although that says Elbtal. If you've not really worked it out yet, it's in German. But hey, it's a brilliant map and it's brought me back into FS22 because I was waiting for a map like this. We'll get on to what's in this map, but we get like a load of equipment. I mean, a lot of equipment, and it's a 4x map. It's huge. Fortunately, it's not for consoles because it's 4x. Also, we'll be using Autodrive because the fields are massive, as well as Courseplay. So first thing, you know, I'll get through what's in the stuff right now. But what I want to do is, we get so much stuff. You've got all these, you know, trailers and such. We don't need them all though, so I'm going to get rid of some and buy some what we actually need to start off, and I'll explain as we go along. But I'm going to get rid of that for now. I can always, you know, once I've got some money, I can always pick these up later. Nice little electric tractor, but it's not needed right now. Truck, not keen on the man truck, so I'm going to get a better truck than that. I've got harvester mowers, don't need a car. Get rid of that plough because it's only small. I'm going to get rid of these front loader tools, don't really need them at this point. Same for the weight. So I'm just clearing house really, just trying to also get some money because we do need to buy some stuff. So keep the baler, we'll keep the windrow and tedder, but I don't need the forage wagon right now either, so I'll get rid of that. So that should give us quite a bit of money. So I'm going to purchase this. Yeah, it's a better truck, more power, and looks a hell of a lot cooler. And we're going to get this trailer because we're going to be, like I said, using Courseplay and Autodrive. We're going to need a trailer for our truck. And we're going to need an auger. Because we're using Courseplay and we're using Autodrive, we're going to need this auger to get, to get the grain from the field to the truck. Cool. That should do us, I think. Right, pick up our new stuff. I also got the winch on the back as well because... Sorry, just dropped things then. Yeah, I got the winch on the back because we will be doing some logging at some point in these, you know. I'll probably do a few of these because I think I'm going to really enjoy this map. However, I am definitely going to have to sort of remind myself how to use Courseplay. And I've never really used Autodrive and Courseplay together because I've never really used Autodrive, to be fair. I've only played about a little bit with it, but we're going to need it now because we're going to need to automate. The fields are going to be too big, so we're going to need to, you know, automate as much as we can really. Pretty cool, that truck, I think. So up at our left here we've got our engines, what we got left, which is basically a couple of tractors and our mower. So let's open this one here. Let's check this out. So first thing we're going to need to do, I'm going to choose one of the smaller fields we've got, which is still pretty large. I mean, this is a 4x after all. But we'll just go and get our auger now. And then once we've got that, we can start to look at the fields, and I'll show you what I mean by setting up. I must admit that paint job on the auger is pretty cool. In my reversing skills. This is why I fail logging as well. Right, let's take this back to the ranch. Zoom a little bit so we could got the cover on top as well. It just looks, I mean, that grey is just sets it off. Just love this auger. So let's get this parked up. We don't need to go too far at the end of the day. Straight across from us there, by the way, that's the bale storage. And some silos. Just tab through to get into my harvester. You usually get a reasonable harvester on this as your starting equipment. It's not perfect, and at the end of the day, some of the fields we got are absolutely huge. We're going to be buying some huge fields. I mean, they're not huge. I know there's, you know, larger fields, but at the end of the day, they're certainly bigger than I've ever farmed on in this game. So we've got quite a few you know, buildings on this farm. You know, we will get to see them all, but I just running out, you know, thinking about time. We got so much to do. We just got to get this up and going. So let's get this harvester to a field. Now I'm going to choose one of my smallish field, which is still not small. It's just smaller than the rest of them. So if we go up and take a look, a quick look, these are we've got, you know, plenty of animal barns, which we are going to get into. We just can't yet. You know, we need some money. We only start with 100 grand. I mean, I've got a little bit more than 100 grand now after the sales, and I didn't spend a lot. Also, I mean, there's like 54 productions on this map, so these are my fields. We got a grass one here. I could just light that up. Got a wheat, corn, and a canola. Now they don't look too big on this map, but believe you me, it's a 4x map, so they look small on that, but they're a lot bigger in reality. This map, by the way, is beautiful. Rolling hills. It's just, when I saw it, I knew this was it. This was the map that's got enough to keep me happy. I think enough to keep me amused, and hopefully enough to keep you lot entertained. I'm gonna have a ball on this map. All them productions, you know, which are going to be tricky on this map because we need electric. That's another thing. So we're going to have to be looking to purchase the biogas, I think. But apart from that, well, we'll get into that as we get further down the line. So the first thing first. So for this episode, we've got to plough this field. And we've got to see if we can get Autodrive and Courseplay working in harmony, I guess. So I just connect I mean, it's not a bad size. It's a 13.9, I think, for harvester. So, but I mean, look at the size of this field. This field is huge. Well, I think it's huge anyway. I mean, some of you guys are probably thinking, you know, you probably played on 3 times as much as this, but this is a small field in this map. A relatively small field anyway, but I mean, look how far it goes back. You know, look at the how big it looks there. Look how big it looks in reality. It's just, yeah, but it's beautiful. I mean, just look at it. Lots of character in this map. There's even a speed camera in town, but that's another story. So I'm just going to make a little hole here, I think. Let's get our starting point. And like I say, what we're after doing here is grabbing hold of automating the auger to get the grain from the harvester and put it into our truck, which is going to be parked up as well. So I'm not going to automate the truck in this one. I just want to get the first part right. All right, let's get the truck up top. I think this is a good place for her. Should be reasonably out the way here, so I could have laid a course for that, but let's just get the auger up here. So let's take this up to the field, find a home for it. Right, I think the auger can sort of sit here. Should be good, I think. Just as a holding area for now. Just until we get, you know, called and start our work. I mean, we'll be parking in the field, I think, most of the time. Right. First things first, let's park up next to our truck, and that will be our starting point for our loading. I've got a lot to do on this one, so if anybody's got any questions that I might have missed or flown through, I'm trying to keep this video as short as I possibly can. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. So if you've got any questions, you know, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll let you know if I can answer them. Or if I can't, hopefully somebody who's watching and looking at the comments can, you know, can answer that question anyway. But I'll try to keep as much as the relevant information as I can. Right, first thing I'm going to do is get the pipe out, so I need to be lined up to make sure the pipe can actually, is not going to miss the truck. Because this is where I'm going to be coming in to load. So just get it roughly to where it needs to be. If your auto drive's not on, by the way, you just press, I think it was Control 0 or Alt and 0. I can't remember which one now. Right, press the record button here, and that starts us off. And if you notice, I can't see any red lights, any tracks, and that's because if you look, the markers are on the floor, which I forgot to set. So turn that off for a minute. I'm going to need to go into the settings. See, it's on the floor there. Needs to be over the tractor. So you see, you just can't see them when they're on the floor properly, especially when you're on, you know, when you're on the field. So all we need to do is get onto this cogwheel. Now let's change a few settings while we're in here. So let's have a look. Well, that looks okay. I'm going to change the corner speed down. It's usually good, I believe, just to have it a bit slower. Distance to combine 1.75 meters should be okay. Unload fill level, we'll take that up to 95%. I think we'll leave that on default for the field exit. Restrict pathfinder to field. We can do that actually, because that is if the unloader is already parked in the field, so there's no problem doing that. And I guess it's the same for the unloader. Avoid fruit, yes, obviously. Park in the field, yes. I don't think we need to bother with that one. We'll leave it on automatic refueling and repairing. For now, I'm not too bothered by that. We don't need to mess about with auto loading. It should do it automatically anyway. There we go. So line height above tractor. So let's apply that straight away. Okay, let's put the edit course by hitting this triangle again, and there you go. See? So we can delete that first node there, I think. And that one. Okay, let's start again. So we can hit record. Okay. Now what we have to do is we drive past our drop-off point, so we'll bypass both hoppers for the truck, and then we'll set out a silo point, a drop-off point, because it will automatically stop. So by doing this, you're making sure it at least reaches it, because with Autodrive apparently it can be a bit finicky sometimes. So if you hit this icon here, we can insert a target name. So let's call it Auger, I don't know, Auger load, drop, deliver. So this is where the auger is going to deliver. So still recording. So now let's take that up to our chosen wait point. And the settings we've just chosen, as soon as we've started, we'll end up waiting in the actual field, so we'll probably not come back to this point. Okay, so just let it trigger another one, right? So hit our target marker again, insert target name, and we'll just put auger, I don't know, wait, something. Okay, should work. Right, now we just need to drive back and complete the circuit, just like a rail line. You gotta have a complete circuit. But I can join here rather than, because the roads are already done on this map, so I can just join there by using, take the control off. So just connect that point to that point. Use my scroll wheel to make a bend. And there you go. Now just click when you're happy. Right, let's now drive up back to the truck. Right, we've done everything here, so we just need to join these two. So I'll take record off. Always remember to take record off. Hit the two where I start and to where I end to finish the route. Right, route's done. So I should have two in here. Auger deliver. Okay, let's give it a quick test run. Okay, excellent. Looking good on the spares, and it should stop just about there. Perfect. Right, let's take it off. Let's take it back to the wait, and then we can carry on plotting the rest. Well, we can carry on plotting the harvester. Right, we're at the harvester now, so let's do our courseplay. You notice that the auger is red. That's because I haven't set it off yet. So, but let's set up this courseplay. So we're only at one tools, but do two headlands, I think. Field sense, I'm going to do lands because, yeah, it's easier for when you're harvesting. And I think that's it. Now this is an awkward field. It looks a bit funky, isn't it? Well, this is trial. Let's see how it works. Might be better with 3. I don't know. But okay, that needs to reset. Right, I've started off now the Autodrive, so now we're good to go. It's now talking to Courseplay. So now all I need to do is hit go. And just turn off those, just hit that little eye icon to turn off the route headings. That's it. Let's see how we go. So Autodrive's all connected. That's on. I switched that on, ready and waiting. So as soon as it gets a call, it should kick into action. Let's see what happens there. Here's fingers crossed. You see it there in the background, just sat waiting at auger wait, as we can see on the right hand side in the box. And there's the arm coming out, so it's doing its pre-call right now at 60%. That's what I've got it currently set at. You can do its pre-call, and what the hell's that doing? It's going straight across the field. Holy crud. Yeah. Well, I've got the map as not damaging to the crops, so yeah, that's a good thing. I do have that set as well, so let's change the pre-call level down to 50% and see if that will do anything. This is Autodrive on the actual harvester, by the way. Although we're not in Autodrive mode, this is where you set your combiner. I'm not sure if the others have been lost. I'm just going to leave it for now. It's caught up again. So it's just following us behind. So let's jump into our tractor here. See what happens. Interesting. So let's have a look at... See what... I'm sure I turned that down for this. Okay, perhaps it's because it's in the field. It's different. An unload field level is went back to 85, so... Perhaps it's because this is on a different mode now. This is on the mode for the combiner, isn't it? Yeah, that'll be why. So new mode, have to do the settings again, so just make sure everything else is good. Right. It's just backing up itself now, so it's just giving it some space, so it's going to go into its lands maneuver, I think. It's going to just cut into the second tier there, just to give itself a bit of, or to give me a chance to actually park up next to it. So let's see what it can do. I mean, one thing I will be doing... We will be looking at running more than one combine and probably bigger. Because I can just see this. I mean, once we get even bigger fields, one combine's not going to cut it. So we'll probably look at using, one of these per combine. And then we'll have to... I wonder if we could do an auto drive around the field as well. I wonder if that would... make it a little bit more, and if we had it two-way rather than one-way, then it can go in either direction. That might be a possibility, at least then for that initial one. If it was the initial problem, that might resolve that. But again, this is all testing. I've not utilized both of these at the same time before, so I've always, done one or the other, but these are so big. I've got this set to run over 2 days right now, which is not ideal. So we need to get this down to a fine art, because we're going to have to be sending, having automation on one field, automation on another field, while we do other stuff on another field. I mean, we've got 4 fields to manage right now. And yeah, there isn't enough time in the day. Right, so we're just waiting as see what happens now. Where is he? He's right down there, so he's obviously called me. I mean, I will say one thing, it is working. The principle is working. I mean, it's doing its job. There's a couple of teething problems, like, you know, driving over the field and crap. But hey, you know, these things are sent to challengers. We're up for the challenger. Okay, what else have we got in here? So it's got everything to avoid, everything that needs to avoid. I don't see anything else. I mean, this is getting the first one done. I mean, we're going to get a lot of money for this week, don't get me wrong. Because we're going to have so much of it. But yeah, I mean, it ain't going to be perfect. Not the first attempt. But we'll learn together, eh? So the wealth of experience we've earned from this, you know, we'll utilize on the next field. We'll probably do the next similar size field. I think it's a little bigger than this, but similar size before we attempt the real big one at the end. And hopefully that'll fine tune it. But let's see how this goes first. There may be some more lessons to learn yet. So it's got its pipe out. It's waiting for me now. Can't see anything else. I'm just double checking and double checking to see if I've missed something. I don't think I have. I'm sure it picked up some then. It must have just caught it. It must just have caught a bit of it. Alright, what's it doing now? There's a long delay on these, isn't there? Oh, it's coming now. Coming now. I'm sure it was picking up before, so I don't know why it... Oh, hang on, I know why it moved on. It's going to move on again now, so we're going to end up following it, I think. Yep. And why is that closing? I'm not sure why that's closing. Should that just follow it? Okay. I thought it would have followed it. Alright, let's go in for now. Fix this issue by just making it stop. So if we go into vehicle settings, this is for the CR10, this is for the harvester. So in here we should have, I'm hoping, there we go. Just going through these one by one as well, just making sure that I've not got it. There you go, stop while unloading, activate that. So that should stop now and not move on. So I think that should have followed it though, to be honest. I don't know why it didn't. I don't know why the auger shut. Because if it had followed it, I don't know, perhaps it's because it was doing some turning as well, because it's not exactly a straight line. It's still, we're still on a headland. Right. Come on, Mr. Auger, come back. Where are you? Here he is. And here we go again. He's going to drop that down. Yeah, definitely having it waiting is better. At least for this. It's doing a bit of rocking that, isn't it? What are you up to anyway? 90%? It's probably getting close now to actually wanting to go and unload. So it might go and do that now, I think. It's there or thereabouts. I think I set it to 95, but it's 91. It ain't gonna, you know, take much more now. So yeah, it looks like it's heading back. Looks like it's gonna go unload. And here she is. So this is the first test of this. So that's it. The auger comes out, or the pipe comes out, and we're going into hopper 1. No, hopper 2, the rear hopper. We've got a huge truck, by the way. I got the excessive one, so I didn't want to be, you know, messing about with the smaller ones, so I got the mod, which is from the same people who did this map. It's one of the trailers. Should have really come with it as starting rather than the apron one. It should have come with this instead, but you know, a little bit of fiddling about and a bit of swapping and changing. That's all. Okay, right now, just hop back, tabbed into the harvester, so let's have a see what's going on. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort of probably speed the video up a bit here, and let's monitor it for a while and just see how it plays out. You know, we've definitely got a few challenges here, I think. So let's see how it works out. So yeah, let's watch it for a bit. And I'll play a bit of music and sit in the background and let's just watch. Well, I don't know about you, but that was an entertaining watch. Yeah, it's quite strange actually. There's definitely some lessons to be learned there, and it's taken some weird old, you know. We'll probably have to play about with the Courseplay as well. It's just taking some strange, you know, routes. But like I said, it's still working. I mean, it's 9:49. We'll be going for about an hour and a half, 2 hours perhaps. You know, so we're not doing too bad. We've got quite a lot done compared to what we would have done if we'd have done this manually. Definitely some lessons learned here though, and some further tweaking. So hopefully the next field will be good to go. So yeah, let's continue on a bit longer. Right, we're coming up to the end now. So we got just this little bit here and a very, very thin sliver, you know, next to it. So what are my thoughts? I think it's 10:02, so a bit less than 2 hours. We've probably been doing, it's probably going for about an hour, probably less. Can't remember what time we actually started the actual combining. Obviously the setup's the pain initially. Oh, look what's happening here now. Right, so it's just pulled up early. Huh. So yeah, I think there's definitely some lessons here. We definitely need to make some adjustments. Probably do some additional headlands. We would probably look to I'm not sure actually whether we would do, well yeah, we'd have to do headlands. No way of doing it. I'm just thinking when we had multiple, I think the long-term solution is multiple harvesters to get the job done really quick. 2, perhaps 3 in some instances. We'll have to see how long it takes us for that big field we've got. That should be a good indication. That's quite a large field. So, but yeah, it's been a good experience up to now. Learned a lot, and I think overall, a few teething issues, but yeah, it's done its job, hasn't it? I think that's all we can say, really. So we can say more or less that this field is done. You know, we got a little bit of a slither here, but what I'll do, I think I will flip this forward a bit, because I'm sure we're pretty much running at a time limit here. And yeah, I think it's been a success, but some challenges that we've got yet to overcome, in summary. Right, let's head back to the home farm. It's magnificent, that farm on the left, isn't it? And it's great that it's mine. There's so much room for expansion too. I might change a few things. I will change a few things in the farm. I mean, for example, it's got some, you know, these things on the right here. These are all where I can get my seed, etc., and lime and all that, but I have to fill them first. Don't seem the point of that, so I might just get rid of them and replace them with, you know, with one I can just buy stuff from. It'd be a lot easier. But you know, overall, it's definitely going to be putting our own sort of feel to this farm, and we'll definitely be getting those animals up and running for sure. But I'm just going to pull into our little grate system here, which is where my power washer is, and I'm going to give a bit of a spring clean to our rather filthy harvester. I quite like this harvester though. Now I've got everything running in this farm, so we're going to be, I mean, everything's on, bar, I think, ploughing. As in the random ploughing sort of activity. So we've still got stone I need to be getting rid of. Once we cultivate, we'll probably, and we're going to have weeds to deal with, so we're going to keep all them active. But for now, main concern is to get everything, you know, harvested, what we can. Also get that grass cut as well. Sell all that stuff off. And I also want to buy those 3 greenhouses which are nearby to us. We don't have greenhouses, but right next to us there's 3 greenhouses we can buy for 10k each, and they're just constant money coming in, so it'd be, you know, rude not to. So I'm not going to take the harvester back to where it was. I think I'm just going to dump the head here, I think. Then it's out the way. No car now, so I don't really need a car. Why would you drive a car when you can drive a tractor? That's what I say. Let's back our harvester back home into its posh shed. But yeah, we'll definitely be putting at least, I think this is this a 3-1? Shut the door. Right, let's get the auger in that home. Store the pipe. So yeah, as you'll see, you know, I mean, in not today's episode, but we will be looking at the productions on this map, which are insane. It uses the revamp production mod as well, so they're all crazy recipes. So it'll certainly be a challenge. But one of the things we need is electric for like the majority. The majority of all the productions require electric. So we're going to have to purchase that. So we're going to need to sort of the biogas. That's the electric generator on the left hand side there. Right, finally, let's take the truck. Let's put the cover back on. So we'll store this in the silo for now. We'll have a look to see when we can sell. What month are we in now? It's just August. So I think usually wheat is quite high when it gets into the winter months, sort of like December, January time. But we'll take a look at the average fluctuation. Just take it easy while this car passes. So let's take the long way around here. So we'll go behind our trailer shed. And if you notice as well, each shed has like electronic LED lighting system, and all the actual, let's just have a look while we're at it. All the actual silos have LED screens. So there we go. 833. Yeah, there you go. January. January is the key month to sell So we're at the lowest ebb here. And I've got, what have I got? 114,000 litres. That should give me a pretty pound. And this is off my smaller one, so... So yeah, you see the LED sign there. The only problem is it's all in German, so... I'm not sure... I don't know, I could probably change that. I've not really looked into it, to be honest. I could probably change it. If it allows me to swap it and replace it. I don't know how, I've never used the LED signs before, so I'm just struggling right now. Why isn't that triggering that second? Oh, hang on. Yeah. There we go. Tip side front, tip side back. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, forgot about that. On the trailers, you have to choose which teat you want to go off. Right, I'm going to call it a day there, folks. We'll catch up on the next one when we'll do the next field, and let's see if our thing works then. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody, and thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.